Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ange if you haven't met me before, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So I asked you guys on Instagram if you were interested in seeing my plant-based dinner ideas and things that I've been eating this week, and like 98% of you said yes. So I thought that I would film 4 different meals that I normally make throughout the week, and just to give you guys some ideas on having some plant-based recipes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's get on to the first recipe. So for my first dinner idea, I had some potato gratin with a side of broccoli. You want to take 2 onions and then just cut them up into really fine slices. In a large pot, you want to add 1 can or box of coconut milk, 1 cup of non-dairy milk. I used rice milk, and then add your onions. I then added about 5 or 6 cloves of diced garlic, but you can add less if you don't like garlic as much as me. Give that a good stir, and then add in a little sprinkling of nutmeg. I then added some mixed herbs to it. A few tablespoons of nutritional yeast, which gives it this nice cheesy flavor. I then added a heaped spoonful of Dijon mustard. Then season with salt and pepper. I use this like all-purpose salt seasoning, but you can just use normal salt. Now potato time. I used 6 white potatoes, and I used my mandolin to cut them into really thin slices. If you are using a mandolin, please be careful of your fingers because I have had accidents before and it is terrifying. Once the onions have softened and the mixture gets a little bit thicker, add your potatoes and give it a good stir. I cook them for about 15 minutes until the potatoes have softened and the mixture gets really thick from the starch from the potatoes. I then grease my baking dish and then add the potatoes in there. Cover it with some foil or some baking paper and then pop that bad boy in the oven for about 20 minutes.
Hungry, puppy? Sit. Stay. Okay, good boy. Yummy.
After 20 minutes, I take off the foil and then I let it cook for another 20 minutes until it gets nice and golden brown. So I just served that up with some broccoli that is seasoned with vegan butter and some salt and pepper. Dinner number 2 is a zucchini fritter with some chickpea salad on the side. Add 1 can of cleaned chickpeas to a bowl, and you're going to want to add some olive oil, sprinkle in some salt and pepper, and season with any herbs you like. I just used some mixed herbs, some coriander, some cumin, and then also some paprika, which was a bit too much, but that's okay. I don't mind it a little bit spicy. Pop them on a baking tray and cook them in the oven until they're nice and golden brown, which takes about 20 minutes. I am now grating 2 really large zucchinis into a bowl. Then you want to sprinkle some salt over the zucchini and leave that for about 10 minutes for the excess water to come out. Into a large bowl, I'm adding my salad mix, and then I'm adding any kind of vegetables that I like. So I've got cucumber, I've got some tomatoes, I also added about half a can of corn because I'll use the other half in the fritters. Now for the salad dressing, I took about half a tub of normal plain hummus. I used the juice of 1 lemon as well. Season it with some salt and pepper and a little bit of mixed herbs as well. I then added about 1 teaspoon of garlic. Then I added a little bit of water just to thin it out a little bit to make it more of a dressing consistency. I'm now incorporating my beautiful dressing into my salad. Now back to the fritters. You want to drain out as much water from the zucchinis as you can, so I just give them a good squeeze and pop them to the side. I'm now adding 1 cup of plain flour to the zucchini and then adding about 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Add 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder to your mix. And then add some garlic. You know I like it garlicky. Season with salt, pepper, and any herbs that you want to add. Give that a good mix until it's all well incorporated. If your mixture is too dry, you can always add in a little bit of melted vegan butter to moisten it. I then add the half a can of corn that I didn't use in my salad in the mix. I then add a small diced red onion with some frozen peas as well, but you can honestly add any veggies you want. Onto an oiled frying pan, I like to add the little mounds of the zucchini balls and then just press them down so they aren't so round. After about 3 to 5 minutes, just give them a good flip. When they're golden brown on both sides, they're all done. I'm now taking the golden chickpeas out of the oven and adding them to my salad mix. I like to eat my zucchini fritters with some vegan mayo, but you can have whatever you like, and that is my second dinner idea. Mushroom stroganoff is definitely something I make when I don't have much time to whip something up, so this is a really easy one for you. Start by boiling your pasta into a pot with some olive oil and salt, and then add a nice heaping of vegan butter into a pan. When that's all melted, I like to add a good portion of minced garlic. I then add 1 medium diced onion. After the onions have softened, I like to add 500 grams of normal mushrooms, and then I add just whatever mushrooms I can find at the grocery store. These ones were some portobello, but I usually like brown mushrooms. In 1.5 cups of vegetable stock, I add 2 tablespoons of corn flour. I then add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This gives a really nice umami flavor. Make sure you mix out any bits of corn flour that are stuck at the bottom. Once the mushrooms have softened, you want to add your broth mixture to it. Now add 1.5 cups of non-dairy milk. I used rice milk again. I then add a nice generous portion of nutritional yeast. Then add about 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. I then add 1 teaspoon of paprika, which I really think adds a nice depth of flavor to it. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper. And then let it simmer away until it becomes a thicker consistency. Now add your cooked pasta to it, give it a good mix, and you're all done. This is honestly one of my favorite meals to make because it is so quick and it's so great when it's cold outside. My last dinner idea is a shepherd's pie with a side of green beans. To a pan, you want to add 1 tablespoon of garlic, and then you want to add a nice large diced red onion. Give that a good mix and let them soften. I then added 2 diced carrots. I'm now adding about 250 grams of normal white mushrooms. In 1.5 cups of veggie broth, I then add 1 tablespoon of corn flour. Add 2 sticks of diced celery to the vegetables and give that a good mix. I then added about 1/2 can of corn and 1 can of thoroughly rinsed lentils. Add your veggie broth and then season with salt and pepper. Cover it up and let it simmer away until the vegetables have softened, and then add it to a baking dish. I'm then topping it with some homemade mashed potatoes that I seasoned with some non-dairy milk, salt and pepper, and some vegan butter. Put it in the oven and let it lightly brown. I could have let mine get a little bit more brown, but I was super hungry, so I just wanted to eat. I'm then serving it with some boiled green beans that I seasoned with salt, pepper, and some vegan butter. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a different video today, but if you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.